It's 4:30 in the morning. Me and James, who's over there, have just got up and we're going out for a road trip in the Mini. And we're going to take you along too.
I don't know if you can hear me, it's a bit loud in here. We're going 60, all's well. We're about an hour and a quarter into the trip. We're on the M6 heading north. No problem so far, just had to stop for a bit of petrol. It's starting to get light, and yeah, we'll tell you how we're getting on soon. Services, but unfortunately, it's here. Fuel gauge has got a bit of a mind of its own. It dropped from half to empty within a space of 10 miles. I think it's a little unreliable at the lower end. Just made a stop at T-Bay Services because, as you saw, the fuel gauge was getting a bit low. It was sitting around half, and then all of a sudden it dropped to nothing. Then it picked back up to half, and then it dropped to nothing again. So I know it's a bit unreliable, so we decided to make a stop for fuel. So we're going to sit here a few minutes, perhaps use the toilet, check the oil, and then go and get some petrol and carry on. Hello again. It's starting to rain now. Only ever so slightly. But I think it's starting to rain because we're nearly at Scotland. Car overtaking us. We're in a 50-mile-an-hour roadworks bit, but it's about to finish. So we're going to speed up to 60. All that speed. Lady in that car was smiling. Scotland! 10, finally coming off the motorway. I never know what to say to a camera, Sean.
Yeah, there.
No. Hello.
Hi.
Come see Sean. Minnie's outside and we're not showing you because it's raining. No, it's not. It's windy and the camera's rubbish in the wind.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
most cameras.
But the Mini's made it as far as Sean so far. We've been over to see DB and the next leg of my trip is about to begin.
And Steve the Bookie.
And Steve the Bookie. We've been
Still
seeing.
game.
Yeah, we've seen him too.
Yeah.
He's got some photos for me.
So yeah, it was good to see you.
On the camera. Should I cut that out and say DB's got some photos for me?
Yeah. Cut that bit out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's you want to start it again.
No, I'll cut it back a bit. Be alright, won't it?
Yeah. Well, Adam.
Leave this bit in though.
Yeah. We'll do the next bit. Well, Adam, it was good to see you, buddy.
And you, Sean.
Safe travels back down the road.
Thanks very much. It's going to be a long way in a Mini.
Yeah.
I've just had to pull over because it's throwing it down with rain and my battery light's nearly on constant, so I think I need to wait for the rain to stop and then check my alternator belt. Glad I brought a spare, but the rain is a lot. The rain's not calmed down, but I've just fired it back up and I think things have dried out a little bit. The light's gone off, so I shall continue a bit further. Maybe just with my side lights on though, just in case. So I got a bit further down the road, probably only 2 miles, and the light came back on again. So I pulled over again. The rain is throwing it down again. Let's have a look. See, it's not good Mini weather, so I'm just going to chill out here for a few minutes. And if the rain calms down, we'll probably carry on. So good things have happened. The rain died down a bit, so I've got out, got my tools out, and I've just adjusted the alternator belt up, and now the battery light goes out. So yep, I'm going to carry on with the journey. I'll speak to you again soon, hopefully at my next destination. Assuming I make it there, then I don't care if the car breaks down and I have to get recovered home, then that's the place I want to go to. So fingers crossed, and I'll see you there. Talk about leaving your tools lying around. Don't want to leave my spanner in the middle of Scotland. I might need that later. And we're off again. I don't think that chicken made it across the road. So the last clip that you saw, I was just leaving a place called Cardness Holiday Park. It was a family holiday destination for me for most of the last 37 years, until last year when we had to say goodbye to our family caravan. So I wanted to call in there and just have a little bit of a walk around, take some pictures, a bit of a look around and whatnot, which I managed to do that, so that was good. The drive down from Sean and DB's was quite good, other than the rain and the alternator belt thing. It was quite good, but I would say probably 20 miles, it was 100 miles from Sean's down to where I went, and I would say about 20 or 30 miles in, I started to get a bit of a whining from one of the front wheel bearings. So I carried on to my destination there, let the car cool down, have a sit, had a walk around for an hour or two, and then, as you saw, I left. So I headed along the A75 from there. It's about 30 miles or so along that road to Dumfries, where further I went down that road, the louder and louder that wheel bearing was getting. So I made the decision to pull in at McDonald's at Dumfries just to have a think about whether I should carry on or not. So I got myself something to eat and decided at 9 o'clock that I'd better call recovery because it's just unsafe to carry on driving with a failed wheel bearing. So you'll see the next clip, I'll explain to you a bit about my decision for the wheel bearing. I'm now sat in Dumfries McDonald's car park. A bit disappointed, the wheel bearing noise is getting louder and louder, and I've thought and I really can't take it on the motorway while that bearing's howling like that, so I'm going to have to, excuse me, I'm going to have to call the AA and get the car recovered home, which I'm gutted about. I've done approximately 450 miles, another 200 miles to get home, and I'm a bit gutted. The engine, the rest of the car's fine, but I used the cheap wheel bearings, I didn't use the Timken ones when I built the car, so I'm a bit disappointed about that. But oh well, at least the car's going to get home in one piece. I think if I carry on driving and the wheel bearing seized, being a front bearing making a noise, I'm only going to cause myself and potentially other people harm. So the smart thing to do is just call it quits and get the car recovered. It's 9:45. Still waiting for recovery. There's a third party contractor coming out. They've phoned me several times, given me some options. I've told them the wheel bearing situation, that it's not safe to drive. I'm not going on the motorway, you can't drive it home. So they rang me up and gave me two options. Said you can either take one of our cars and leave your Mini with us to recover home tomorrow, or you can get relayed all the way home tonight. And he tried to convince me by saying we move £300,000 Ferraris and it's your car will be safe with us. But I said I've spent 3 years in the garage working on this car, it's not going anywhere without me, so it might be a long trip home. It's now 11:10 at night, still waiting for recovery. It's going to be a long night, very long night. I've been at McDonald's now for 2 hours since I called recovery, so it's going to take a while to get home. I really don't think you can see me now, it's proper dark. It's 2:30 in the morning now. I've made it as far as Lancaster services on 3 different recovery trucks. I've got another one coming in 30 to 40 minutes. They're going to take me halfway the rest of the way home, and then there'll be another changeover for the last leg home. So I think it's not going to be long till I've been up for 24 hours. So I've got myself some hula hoops. I'm going to sit and eat them for now. Just been dropped off by another recovery truck. I'm at Limb Services now. That was the truck I was on over there, it's just leaving. Limb Services, I've got to wait for the final recovery truck to take me the rest of the way. It's now 4:10 in the morning. I've been up for 24 hours now. So the last truck, they've given me an ETA of 6:40. So I've got 2.5 hours to sit here. But on the plus side, there's a McDonald's over there, so I shall be going for breakfast when they serve breakfast. Just trying to light my face up a bit because it's still dark. Do I look tired? Been awake for 24 hours. I think it's nap time. So by the time I finally made it home, I didn't really feel much like recording video. It was 12 hours from when I called recovery to when I actually got home on the last truck. I said in the last clip that the next truck is going to come at 6:40, and it did, almost on the dot. So we got loaded up onto that truck, and then it was a great big truck. I'll try and stick a photo in. It was then about 2 hours to get home, so I arrived home at 9 o'clock in the morning after 12 hours getting recovered, which meant it was something like a 29-hour day. So by the time I made it home, I just wanted to go to bed. I was tired. I got up at 4 o'clock the day before to go up to Scotland and I think I'd have returned home about 11, 12 o'clock at night if I'd not had any problems. So it ended up being quite a lot longer day, another 9 hours on top of that. So yeah, it was a bit of a shame to have to call it quits and throw in the towel and get the car recovered, but I didn't really have any other option. It is what it is. So hope you liked watching this little road trip video, something a little bit different. I'd like to have got a bit more footage, stopped a few more times, but I had a long way to go and I wanted to get there and back as quick as possible. It didn't quite work out like that in the end, but these things happen. That's the way it works. So yeah, next video we'll be going over the car and having a look at the damage caused by driving to Scotland in an old Mini. Yeah, I think what you'll see in the next video is if I'd have made better choices, perhaps over some better quality parts, we wouldn't have had any issues. So have a look out for the next one. It will be out in the next week or so, and then videos following that will be repairing the problems, and I've got a couple of little upgrades to do as well. So thank you for watching. Drop us a comment and I'll see you on the next one.